Hello Marvel Heroes fans, time for an update to the guide for Black Panther. So I'm playing Black Panther, and together with me are my two bodyguard and also the Deadpool team up. So now it's a little bit messy right now because this is the MM, and you know, this is kind of a miracle for those of you who has been playing this game for quite some time. And you know, Black Panther being able to just being in a cosmic patrol without getting melted away within seconds. I mean, that is really a sort of a miracle. Now, I've been wanting to do this video for quite some time, but haven't really got a chance to. And because there's been a lot of distraction lately, but since I'm going on holiday soon, may as well get it sorted soon for you guys. So this is just a guide for Black Panther, and the mainly on the melee build, which is the vicious claw specialization. Alright, so I understand that there are other specializations as well, like the range, like the movement. I haven't really tried the movement. You know, some of you may know that I'm not really into movement build, but where is the guy? I can't even see anything here in this game. But I've tried out the ranged. I mean, you know, initially before, I mean, long time ago when Black Panther was like, you know, launched and so on and so forth, I actually played my Black Panther as a ranged, and but it's been really underpowered. So in the end, I gave up and played the you know, hybrid kind of build for Black Panther, and I would suppose I'll continue to do so for quite some time, looking at the number and so on. So now I'm going to go through this video slowly with the as usual. I'll go into the terminal to just give a little bit of you know, just a little bit of what he plays like in the in this kind of like cosmic environment, cosmic terminal. I'll talk about his power, and I'll go to talk about the gear, the other stuff as well. All right, so where's the, all right, so I'm going to talk about, let's get out from here. All right, don't want to get hit by the, don't want to get slammed. All right, so he's very agile, and he's able to withstand quite a lot of damage. And now I'm okay. I don't know why I'm still using a health gear for him. I think just because I can, put it this way. And I'm having like 36,000 health, which is very comfortable for all intents and purposes. 36,000 is wonderful. Even if I take it off and use my crit damage gear, I'll be having like you know, 28,000 health. So that is really, you can just face tank anything right now with the Black Panther. It's something that is something that is so hard to imagine a while ago when Black Panther, yeah, I mean, when Cosmic Patrol versus Black Panther was not really clear at all. Alright, so that is the, I mean, even all this scary moment, just get some health globe, and that's fine. Alright, no big deal. And I've got Spider-Man right beside me. Also pretty strong. Jean as well, but not the Phoenix Jean. Alright, so. And the yeah, I mean, I enjoy the hybrid melee Black Panther a lot now than even before. Before was a kind of like you know, really spirit intensive and kind of boring, the whole rotation. Now it's getting a little bit more interesting. There's something to think about, where, you know, when to do certain things and so on. So yeah, I mean, that is something that I really enjoy playing Black Panther right now. I'll probably just do one more boss and just show you a little bit on his survivability. And you know what, I'm going to switch to okay, so this is a health gear, right? So I'm going to switch to crit damage rating gear, which is this one here. So the health is still 31,000, right? So it's really, I don't think it's really a big issue here when it comes to Black Panther and his survivability in this kind of you know, patrol environment. He's doing really well, or he or she, depending on which you know, costume you have. I love the Suri costume. I think it's one of the better ones, and the from Black Panther. And yeah, so that is about it. And I've got another one crafted as well, which is called the Armored Panther costume. I thought that's really nice as well. I crafted that one out, and after that I just sell all my, you know, sort of like crafted all the default one because I don't really like the default costume. Alright, so going in, okay, this one is actually one of the easier one. So I'm using the, bear in mind, I'm actually using the the crit damage rating kind of costume. So you know, it may get a little bit scary, but you know, with the kind of health, really, I mean, you know, that is not really a moment of you know, you don't really need to be worried about it. Just make sure that you can spread the bleed and just alternate between the different bosses, and you can leap here, leap there. I don't know whether you can see or not, but there's a leap going on, and the cooldown is relatively short with other cooldown as well. So just get out from all these things, and then I can just basically just mashing around, bleeding the Sentinel. Not sure how you beat the robot, but you can, right? Just because I can. So yeah, I mean, okay. So I hope that gives you an example, you know, just an idea how well Black Panther survive in a cosmic patrol as a melee, right? So usually melee is a little bit scary, but when it comes to Black Panther, as you see, I mean, he can just face tank anything without much trouble. And I'm still looting. This game is full of like loot. It's just too many things to click. All right, so what I'll do is that I'll go to the cosmic terminal and just go through a little bit more about his power or her power, and after that go through gear and so on and so forth. Alright, since I need to head to Dr. Octopus for my share quest, so may as well use this as you know, demonstration of what he can do, Black Panther can do. So you know, the jungle snare is like before, it's a vulnerability debuff, so you know, use it to debuff all the you know, you can have up to 2 right now. So you have 1 here and then another one there, so you have 2 area. And I mean, by and large, it's very, very strong. Just keep spamming all these things going on. And there's energy, by the way. So for hybrid, you need both energy and physical. So that is your source of energy damage trigger, all right? So, and I'm just trying to do the rest of the share quest as well. So that is basically what you need to do, and his signature is just one of these, like, you know, there's a big panda there, and it does just iron out everything else. Don't really need to worry about. And when it comes to Black Panther, it's about bleed. So the only thing that bleed is the Salvage Strike, which is this one here. There's no cooldown to it, so you can just spam it anyhow you like. It's quite a powerful layer as well on its own. So just need to continue doing this. All right. So this is Strike. All right. And and then after that, and then you have the kick as well, which is, you know, this is the leap, by the way. And for those target that's been bleeded, the kick actually does more damage. The knockdown sweep, sorry, the knockdown sweep does more damage when you actually you know, manage to bleed the target, or like this one here, bleed, and then after that leap into it. I think I'll demonstrate to you in the boss fight, because this is all like too soft, and everything just died here. This is actually a cosmic terminal. I'm trying to see how many more I need to do. Probably I can't complete all these things, but just a demonstration of how it really plays like. And because I've been using the curse all the time, so I thought I'd give you something different. And okay, 1, 2, 3. All right, so that is the signature. All right, so that is all it is. So it's just a few buttons to mash, and the boss will be down. And by the way, this is quite a soft boss anyway. So I think the next one probably I'd like to show you maybe a Mandarin. So onto Mandarin, I'll try to at least unlock one of the you know, the bounty. Just want to show you a little bit. A bit different. Not all the time is curse or Modok. You know, something different here. And you know, Black Panther has a leap as well, so you can leap it in like this. All right. So and bleed, and yeah, I mean, you know, this is really strong. By the way, you know, when I geared this Black Panther, it was the time whereby he was still very soft, very fragile back then. So that's why I was really cautious about his health. So you see all this health here. So imagine if I could actually do a bit more without health, how fantastic he will be if I'm able to, you know, just sacrifice a little bit on health and just focus a little bit more on DPS. I'll show you gear later, but it just to show you how much different, you know, Black Panther is compared to, you know, before his review, right? So, which has been a while. I know I've been wanting to do this video for a while, and I mean, all these things just die. Like, that's it, right? I don't even know what I'm doing. I'm just like mashing button, and things just like disappear. It is integrated. I mean, imagine if I really gear Black Panther a little bit more seriously, what sort of thing I would be like having, right? So that is the thing I really enjoy, and yeah. So that's all. So I'm going to just like continue on to have the. Alright, so I don't know, man. Where should I do a signature? Here, maybe. Alright, just one shot, everybody. Alright, so I'm trying to see where I should. I think I have enough mob already, bounty already done. The only thing is that his traveling power seems to consume quite a fair bit of spirit. And yeah, I mean that is the only thing about it. But you look at him, I mean, you know, he can go stealth quite a fair bit. Oh, I think I've forgotten to bring out the bodyguard. So every time when you summon into when you get into the dungeon or instance, make sure you resummon all your, you know, the 2 bodyguards. All right. So I'm going into to Mandarin, or this just delve in, get some spirit back, and that's it. All right. So wish me luck. Probably don't need that. Okay. All right. So that's it, right? So that is the signature. And yeah, is there any EPS or ESP box or whatnot? No, there isn't. So so I hope that gives you some idea of what Black Panther is like. And I'm going to go into the training room, just talk a little bit about the build, the power that I've been using, you know, and give you a little bit more insight on the rotation as well. All right, stay on while I jump to the next session. Let's talk about Black Panther build I have. Before I go on, I mean, you know, a lot of my friends ask if we have Batman in the Marvel heroes. I say we don't, but we have Black Panther, which has pointy ear as well. I mean, it does look a little bit like Batman, don't you think so? Without cape, of course. Okay, so if you look at the so-called build I have here, so Blade Fighter is something that you can forget about it. I mean, you know, there's nothing you really want from here. The range build is a joke. Can't really do. I mean, at least to me, I can't really deliver the same kind of like you know, the damage as a melee. All right, so so it's very much between the vicious claw versus the agile kind of like warrior. I mean, in the end I sort of like just stick with the vanilla kind of you know, a melee hybrid build. And and, you know, to be brutally honest, the reality about all this specialization is that you don't really have a lot of choices, because when you try to squeeze all 3 specialization into a hero like this one, the choices are very obvious, right? There's not much trade-off as per, unlike say Spider-Man, there's some trade-off there. I mean, this one I don't see there's a trade-off on the main spender is going to be a Predator's Frenzy. It gives you the kind of like, you know, extra damage versus the bleeding target, and to bleed the target is to use a Savage Strike. Also, you must have it. It's a decent layer, like I mentioned before. And after that, you have that. Then what else do you get? You've got also another one, which is the cooldown 4 seconds after striking a bleeding target. So that is also something that you would like to consider as a layer. Then you have the Panther Leap as well. And so I mean, you know, that is something that, again, it's a layer that you just have to use it. I mean, there's no other option not to have it, because it's just another layer. So with that, you are done, right? These are the layer that you need. And then after that, you say, okay, so what about the one that proc, you know, a vulnerability debuff as well as proc my energy? Because as a hybrid, I need both energy and physical. Then you say, okay, so Jungle Snare is the only one that really relevant to you. I think I look at the mobile field, minefield as well. The DPS is alright in a more like area kind of damage. If you're looking at a single target, you're probably not required to have this one. So after you've done that, then you say, okay, signature is something decent, so I say max it out. And from a passive wise, you know, this one gives you damage rating as well as, you know, so on and so forth. So I think, well, I mean, you know, it's good to really take up all this damage rating. Flat damage rating is always good, and this one gives you the crit as well. So crit and versus the strict damage rating, to give you a product of the result, which is really good. So these two just go in tandem, you know, just max it out, that's fine. And the Dora doesn't really I mean, the Black Panther is not a summoner, so although there's even one unique that mentioned, I don't know whether they will change it in the future or not, that is a summon ally damage or whatnot. So, but this is not a summon ally, it just you know. And I don't think you can really rely on Dora to give you extra DPS layer, so I wouldn't even bother to it. So what is good about Dora? Either A, you put it as defensive stance that give you, like, you know, they can taunt the enemy so that your unaware target will kick in as you solo. Or when you do raid, probably you just want to do far away assistance, whereby you just up your damage by just tiny 5%. All right, 5% would be, yeah, just 5%, 200 the damage rating. So, and then after that, I think that's all. Then you know, whatever point you have, I only have 162 points, which is very much I haven't redone the limbo for Black Panther, but had I done the limbo, then I would be able to get another 3 points. I'll just dump it here because that is a point number, and that's all. All right, that's all. And by the way, I did look into the mathematics behind it, but it's not exciting, so I'm not going to share all the number with you because it does just confirm with me that I've picked the right stuff. All right, so that is all that is on the power. In terms of Omega system, again, I mean, it's something that probably have seen it 1001 times, and spin tech 10. Then nowadays I like a little bit of like Goblin formula, just 1 point into it. And I would say, you know, Black Panther is not a pure physical, but it's a majority of it is physical, maybe up to 80% or so. So 75 to 80%. So I would say, you know, it is still worthwhile to invest a little bit more on the Super Soldier Serum. But it's unfortunate, right? Because as a hybrid, you are hoping there's some note that give you both strength and energy, but does not give you additional, like does not cost you additional compared to just say 1+1 strength. Because in reality, you know, you either do a physical or energy, you can't really do both at the same time. It's like, you know, so yeah. So anyway, then you have the Shadow King, which is 13 points. Again, I mean, I dump it on the strength because majority of my power is physical. Then after that, skip. And that's it, 10 points on the fighting. It's a true hybrid. This one is so-so, but at least you get some of the crit damage component to it. And also the so-so, which is the brutal. Alright, so that is the Omega system allocation. In terms of the hero synergy, there aren't really a lot to talk about. Just pick anything that's generic, like Cable, like Mr. Fantastic. Moon Knight is good because everything is melee. Alright, so in case you haven't really noticed, everything is melee. Even the jungle snare now is melee. And then after that, I take both Star-Lord as well as the Moon Knight because it gives me the crit for both the energy and the physical, so I'm covered. Alright, so I'm using 2 heroes to give me the crit versus the 1 hero that, you know, non-hybrid has. So hybrid actually is not, yeah, it's harder life. Then, you know, Screw Girl for the 5%, I think 4% versus boss. And Thor is the physical and energy, so it's a flat 3% buff. War Machine for +1 fighting, Wolverine for the brutal, as well as X-23 for the bleed because I, Black Panther bleed quite a fair bit. Alright, so the next bit is on the gear. Now onto the gear, there are quite a lot of options when it comes to Black Panther. So as far as artifact is concerned, I'm using these are the very much like the legacy kind of decision because back then Black Panther had a lot of problem with the grid, a lot of problem with the the health and so on. So if I were to do it all again, I would just take a look at my own best artifact guide. That probably the one that I would like to stay generic would be the nano poison. I'll still use the Hand of Doom. Then after that, I'll use the Taskmaster as well because I think that's very decent, as well as the Mayhem if I get the good roll on that. If not, then I'll go for Omega Drive. So these are the couple of artifacts I would recommend if you want to get the most out of your Black Panther. Anything that you pick, like the physical damage kind of thing, like Gorilla Necklace and whatnot, it will be taking a discount on it because you are not doing a full physical. I wouldn't recommend taking such a good artifact, although it may well be good for you, but it'll be a waste. You may as well benefit another hero whereby it's doing pure physical. Alright, so in terms of medallion, again, this is one of the legacy kind of decision because I wanted to stay generic, benefit both sides, the energy and the physical. But there are many other options. If you have so decided to use a melee, which I recommend Curse, that would give you a much better result for Curse. Alright, so in terms of the relics wise, you can have both choices, either the crit damage rating or the melee is fine, because after a review, everything is become melee, even the jungle snare, not Christmas yet. So you know, a lot of these things become like, you know, range and melee as well. So it just, I would just use a melee relics because then I'll reserve the crit damage relics for other heroes that are truly range and melee, right? So like Warhammer or like, you know, other heroes that we may play for both like crit damage for them to have the hybrid. As far as the rune word is concerned, it's going to be the power dupe. If you really want to, you know, squeeze in a little bit more DPS out from Black Panther, you probably want to roll it onto a physical rune word. But I was thinking that, you know, 200 you know, defense. Yeah, I mean, again, it's one of those legacy decisions. Legendary wise, it's going to be the power cosmic. You know, unfortunately, as a hybrid hero, that, you know, it's not really a lot of choices. There's no grade 80 power cosmic. You may want to push for the Excalibur because of the grade 80 Excalibur. If you really want to go for grade 80, you'll probably benefit more than the axe, because the axe you have to take another 80% or take another 20% to 25% discount based on the energy damage that you deal. But if you don't mind, then you can go for Excalibur. Excalibur is not that great, but it has the health regen as well as you hit. So net, I would still prefer to have Power Cosmic because it's free. It's free for me, right? Because all this event currency, you probably be like accumulating quite a lot of them. The World Stone, like I have 14,000 right now, so you know you probably have a lot sitting in your bank right now. So just use it. It's free. It's not going to make a lot of difference. You've seen how my Black Panther play, even with suboptimal artifact and suboptimal medallion. He's doing pretty fine. So don't worry. It's Black Panther. It's awesome. And ring wise, get something generic. I have something like this. It's not really great. You could beat it like any time with the Mayhem ring as well, if so you want. All right. So in terms of the unique wise, I mean, you know, these are the unique I've got. They are pretty decent. I wouldn't say they are really the best roll yet. There are still some rooms for improvement. There are quite a lot of rooms for improvement. Some of them. Now I use an Isanti boots because I think Black Panther's boots is more for the range, because I think it has a +7 onto the first 3. Like I have nothing on the first 3. Why would I even bother to use a boot on that? I have no idea. So pick something else. Nisani boots is a good one, but you have to keep farming hood for a very long time. So use it. You know, it's one of those things that you would like to farm Omega point, but then you find that farming Omega point is too boring. So instead you cycle yourself to farm Nishanti boots, but in the end you got tons of Omega points by farming hood. So why not? All right. I don't know why I said that. Anyway, then you have the Kimoyo card IPs, and again, I mean, there's another one, but this is for the Summon Ally, which is supposedly for the 2 Dora, which is kind of useless. Yeah, so, okay, so that's all. In terms of the costume, is very much crit damage rating, or if you have damage rating, high damage rating, stay with it. And anything +1 fighting is good, alright? So that's basically the costume. In terms of the... Again, it's one of those legacy decisions to pick something that is of high health, because you know in the old day Black Panther melts so fast within seconds, just disintegrate within the cosmic petrol. But now it's just like face tank everything. So again, this is something that I could have used something else. You know, if you have crit damage rating plus a brutal or crit or whatnot, then just chuck it in. Those are pretty good stuff that you could. I mean, even the one with flat damage on the melee plus the crit damage rating would give you quite a lot of, like, you know, leeway, a benefit from it. And then this is the pet. I mean, all in all, you look at my gear, those are like just so gear. Those are not great, right? But it's already doing pretty well from what you've seen. I'm really having a lot of blast on it. Imagine if you were to gear a little bit harder, what would Black Panther be for you, right? So yeah, I mean, really fun that, you know, not. I don't know, man. Is the power creep still on? I do not know. But the newly renewed hero and the new hero rollout usually are pretty powerful. Alright, so next speed is on the rotation. Alright, onto the rotation. Make sure your Dora is up so that Dora go and taunt the target somehow. Your unaware target will kick in. And I mean, going in, always start with the jungle snare that will give you the proc to your energy. damage type, because if you are playing hybrid like I am, so you have to make sure your both the physical and the energy is up, and then as soon as you can do a salvage strike, because that is where you start bleeding the target, is for your hero synergy to kick in, as well as for your other power to benefit from the bleeding. So like the power like the knockdown sweep will then become a cooldown power, right? So if you have to bleed and then cooldown power, right? So that is something that you have to pay attention to. And then the leap become like an 8-second cooldown because of the specialization. So that one become an 8-second. So just all in all, this 4-second, 8-second, and you should reapply this one every 10 seconds each. So I time it together with my leap, and you should reapply this one every 8 seconds. So I also time it with my leap. So every 4 seconds, you do this one twice. Then once of this, once of this. So in short, what I'm trying to say is something like this. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Then after that, keep hitting, and then after that, do a knockdown again because the target still bleed. Then as soon as that one is coming out, 1, 2, 3, 4. Right. So that is all it is. And as and when the signature is on cooldown, then use it. All right. So okay, 1, 2, 3, 4. Right. So that is very simple. Right. So yeah, sometimes it doesn't register. This game is a little bit strange. And as in when your signature is up, use a signature as well as the unseen predator as well, because that will conceal your target, and that's nice because you should keep it up all the time when you're doing the boss fight, or just use it whenever you feel that you need a little bit of like invisible kind of concealment. All right, so that is all I have really for the Black Panther. It's one of those I really enjoy. I mean, it fit very nicely in the one hotbar. A lot of you have been asking, are there heroes out there that can use like one hotbar without hotbar dancing? Then I'll say, I mean, of course I have the crowd control breaker on the F2 key, and I have the like a Dora on the F3. Now, unfortunately, I need to summon Dora all the time if I zone in and out. But I mean, that's just a very minor kind of like hotbar dancing. But all in all, you can just relax everything here. And the beauty about Black Panther is that besides it's strong, besides it's survived really well, besides that it's a hybrid hero as well, and you are able to fit everything very nice rotation wise. You don't need to stress about is it that power. Sometimes like when you play Spider-Man, you have to make sure that you pay attention to the hotbar, whichever light up first because of animation. The animation for Black Panther is still very short, so it doesn't really mess up the whole entire like cooldown counting of it. So I find it very enjoyable, especially a single target. It's just like as a breeze, like every 4 seconds, every 8 seconds, and we apply this tool. It's a breeze. So I enjoy it really tremendously. And let me know how you feel about Black Panther. And if you like this sort of guide and video, check out the description of the video. Inside there's a link to my own website with a whole list of video guides and so on. And yeah, and I'll be off for holiday. So till next time we see each other sometime in December. Bye.